Welcome back to Millionaire Coins. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most famous coins in American history, the 1943 USA 1-cent coin, better known as the 1943 steel penny. This coin is not only a fascinating piece of World War II-era history but has also become a highly sought-after collectible, with some rare versions fetching millions of dollars at auction. Could one of these coins be hiding in your collection? Stay tuned to find out. The story of the 1943 penny begins in the heart of World War II. By the early 1940s, the United States was fully engaged in the war effort. Materials like copper were critical for producing ammunition, communications equipment, and other war necessities. This created a shortage of copper, which had historically been used to mint pennies. In 1943, to conserve copper for the war, the U.S. Mint made the historic decision to change the composition of the 1-cent coin. For the first time, pennies were struck not from copper but from zinc-coated steel. These steel pennies were produced in the millions and were a temporary substitute during this critical time in history. The switch to steel wasn't just a minor adjustment, it was a significant moment in U.S. minting history. The U.S. Mint produced these steel pennies in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, resulting in over 1 billion coins being minted. However, as we'll discover, not all 1943 pennies were made of steel. While the vast majority of 1943 pennies were made from steel, a few rare pennies from that year were struck in copper by mistake. These copper 1943 pennies are some of the most sought-after coins in the world, with only a handful known to exist. Experts believe that the copper planchets from 1942 were accidentally left in the minting machines when the production of 1943 steel pennies began, leading to the creation of these ultra-rare coins. As of today, only about 20-30 genuine 1943 copper pennies have been discovered, making them incredibly rare. These coins are often referred to as the Holy Grail of numismatics. If you're lucky enough to have one, you're sitting on a potential fortune. Recent auction prices: 1943 copper penny fetches millions. Let's talk about the big numbers. Some 1943 copper pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auction. One of the most notable sales occurred in January 2019, when a 1943 copper penny struck at the Denver Mint, known as the 1943 D copper penny, sold for an astonishing $1.7 million. This record-breaking sale shocked the numismatic world and solidified the copper 1943 penny as one of the most valuable coins in circulation. And that's not the only high-priced sale. In 2014, another copper 1943 penny sold for $282,000, and in 2021, a Philadelphia minted 1943 copper penny sold for over $840,000. These coins continue to command high prices due to their extreme rarity and historical significance. How to identify a 1943 copper penny ***. So, how can you tell if you have a rare 1943 copper penny? First, the most obvious difference is the color. While the steel pennies have a shiny, silver appearance due to their zinc coating, the copper pennies look like traditional brownish-red copper coins. Another way to identify a copper penny is by using a magnet. Steel pennies will be attracted to the magnet because of their metal content, while a copper penny will not. Additionally, you can weigh the coin. A steel penny weighs about 2.7 grams, while a copper penny weighs closer to 3.11 grams. If you think you have a 1943 copper penny, it's essential to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. There are many fakes out there, so authentication is crucial for determining its true value. But the copper penny isn't the only rare variety from 1943. Some steel pennies from that year have also become highly sought after due to unique errors. For example, the 1943 S double die obverse variety features noticeable doubling on the date and inscriptions. These error coins can fetch several thousands of dollars at auction depending on their condition. Another example is the 1943 D boldly doubled mintmark variety, where the D mintmark appears doubled due to a minting error. These error coins are also rare and can command high prices, making 1943 a standout year for penny collectors. Here's the exciting part, it's still possible to find 1943 pennies in circulation today. While steel pennies are fairly common and usually worth around 50 cents to a few dollars depending on condition, it's the copper pennies that you should be on the lookout for. Imagine finding $1 million coin in your pocket change or in a family collection. It's happened before. In fact, a teenager in California found a rare copper penny in a school cafeteria change back in the 1970s, which eventually sold for thousands. If you're lucky enough to have a 1943 penny, especially one of the rare copper varieties, you'll want to take proper care of it. Coins should be stored in protective holders to prevent damage and preserve their value. For high-value coins, consider insuring them through a company that specializes in collectibles. When it comes to selling, your best bet is to go through a reputable auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, both of which specialize in rare coins. These auction houses can ensure your coin reaches serious buyers, which can maximize your profit. To wrap it all up, the 1943 USA 1-cent coin is more than just a piece of history. For most of us, it's a humble penny, but for a lucky few, it's a ticket to millions. Whether it's the rare copper variety or one of the error steel pennies, these coins have captured the imaginations of collectors around the world and continue to make headlines at auction.